Hey everyone, welcome back to Brown Coat Nerd. We've got another Glock 43 upgrade. Today, we're going to be looking at the MagGuts Plus 2 Extensione. I don't know why I said it like that. So, the MagGuts Plus 2 extension, what they do, you're still using your factory Glock mag housing, but you're changing out the follower, your spring, and obviously your floor plate here. The spring on this one is pretty interesting. The top half is kind of your traditional wire spring. It's got a little coupler in the middle, and then the bottom half is kind of a not leaf spring, but a flat wire spring. Now I do know they also make a version that's a +1, and that just uses the factory floor plate for the flush fit, but you still get an extra round. And that one has that kind of flat spring throughout the entire thing. But this one's kind of half and half, which is interesting. These are fairly easy to put together. One thing that will come up in any videos that you watch on this, they do talk about how the older mags will have a little extra piece of plastic on the inside right about here. A lot of people mention how the newer ones do not have that. This is a newer one, and it felt perfectly smooth to me. So I did not have to worry about removing any plastic. And if you do have plastic there, you just take a file to it for like a minute or two, and I imagine you will be good. Now, one thing I did run into, so first of all, I ordered this from MagGuts. How much? Oh my god, I suck at this, guys. It was less than 40 bucks. I want to say it was like 32 bucks, 35 bucks. It wasn't too bad. But I was looking around on their website, and they have a bunch of reviews. Now, I will definitely tip my hat to MagGuts, because most companies, when they do that, they always delete like all the crappy reviews. It appears that MagGuts leaves them all up, which I think is awesome, because there is quite a few reviews of people frustrated, not happy with them, or people that had never received their order. I saw a lot of that. And almost every single one, not all of them, but almost every single one, you saw MagGuts hop on there and they're like, please respond with your order number. We want to look into this. We want to fix this. So it wasn't like they were just making them public and too lazy to delete them. They were following up with them. So I feel like that's a good sign of a company that actually gives a crap about its customers. One, you're leaving that up there, complete transparency. And two, you're actually trying to reach out and follow up with them to see what's going on. So, I got this, threw it together. I mean, it's pretty simple. You drop the follower in, followed by the spring, and then put this guy together and kind of like pushes in. It seems weird, but it's not that bad. And so right away when I first put this together, I noticed that my follower, I don't know if I can mimic this, the back of it was sitting down quite a bit, and this point was like really sticking up. So I was like, okay, maybe that's just how these are. And another complaint I saw a bunch on these were people saying they could only get in the 6 rounds. They couldn't get an additional round. So I started loading it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, crap. And I couldn't get in the 7th or 8th round. And so I was kind of like, oh, crapola, And so I didn't know what I had done wrong, so I did the logical thing. I took it apart and reinstalled it. Immediately I know something was different because the follower was sitting at a much more normal angle, and this does hold all of the rounds now. Another thing I want to point out, I'm going to load it up real quick. I did an ETS mag review on their flush fit mag, and that guy with 7 rounds in a flush fit mag, you are like wrenching it down. Like I was looking at some of the casings too when I did it, just to make sure it wasn't squishing the casing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I thought I grabbed enough ammo. Hold on. I've got a 9 extra lying around here somewhere. There we go. Oh my gosh. Hello. Sorry, how long have you guys been falling over? Just noticed. Okay. So then. How many freaking rounds was that? I'm all messing this up. Okay. So, Originally, these hold 6. This is a +2, 7, 8. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And that last one I put in there, I mean, it's a little bit stiffer, but you're not like really wrenching on it. Once again, like those ETS mags, sometimes you really got to work it in there. Also, I showed on the ETS mags, when you push down, you got about that much play. These guys, you get quite a bit more, and here's the beautiful thing. Look how easy. And it clicks in. You're not having to wrench it down on there. And just so you can see, at least with a fully loaded mag, it will drop free. Those off to the side there. Okay, so everyone knows our magazine is now empty. Gun is now empty. Should have done this with the ETS mags. See if they're drop free. Luckily, they're still here. So if you guys watched the last video, ETS mags. Yep. And just for good measure, the 12-round mag. Yep. Okay. Now that that problem is solved. Okay, so the MagGuts mag extension here, I have not had as long as I had the ETS mags. I actually got it fairly recently, and I took a bunch of guns out to shoot. So this one has had exactly 50 rounds. I know that's not a huge round count for a test. This has had exactly 50 rounds. Once again, the Winchester 124 grain NATO. Ammo is what we used in that. I had no hiccups. They ran fine, but like I said, yeah, it's just 50 rounds. I will also say, as soon as I got this, once again, I just loaded it up and left it fully loaded. Just kind of wanted to see if that would do anything. I did the same thing with my ETS mags, but mainly to see if the plastic was starting to push out from the sides, which it didn't, on the Glock mags at least. So some of the things I really, really, really like about this is, first off, it's polymer. A lot of people might not understand that, but I actually want polymer parts on here. I live in Kansas, and it gets horribly hot here in the summer and horribly cold here in the winter. And I also, especially when I'm wearing my nice big winter coats, I will tend to pocket carry this. And in the winters, I'm typically outside for extended periods of time. If I get into a situation, God forbid, where I have to use the gun in self-defense, the last thing I want to do is reach in here and be like, ooh, ha, ooh, that's cold, you know, and like not want to touch it and try to get my hands off of it. Or even if like I'm using my inside the waistband holster, you know, you feel that little piece of coal like push up on the fat in your back out of nowhere. That's going to be a little uncomfortable. So I actually really like the polymer floor plate. For me, I get it, not everyone. Some people like the metal one, especially because it adds extra weight to ensure that's going to drop free. Did I test this once it was empty? Okay, yeah, it still drops free. So I really actually like the fact that it's polymer. Now the texture, you know, doesn't perfectly match what Glock had on here. I still think it looks perfectly fine. I do like how that little bit comes out. Cover up that little open spot there. That's, you guys don't realize what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's just open up there. Which isn't bad if you got a flush fit mag, you know, it doesn't matter. But once you start to get the extended mags, you don't want to have just like a little open gap here. So I do like how that kind of fills it in. So like I said, you don't have to jam that last round in there. You don't have to jam the mag, a fully loaded mag, into the gun. Also, when I did shoot all 50 rounds, I knew this was going to be my primary carry mag. So I do believe every single time I shot this mag, I would go ahead, chamber a round, and then top off the mag with one more round. So it was just like I would be carrying in the real world. Like I said, no issues. The extension here, it doesn't extend that much. I mean, kudos to MagGuts for getting it nice and slim, but I still don't get much of a pinky purchase. So I was kind of surprised by that. Now, the one complaint, and this is actually a huge complaint to MagGuts, I typically don't write emails. I'm really tempted to go ahead and send them in email and see what the hell is going on with this. MagGuts has a +1. It changes out the internals with a flat floor plate for a flush fit. They've got their +2, changes out the internals and adds on this floor plate. I just assumed they would have had a +3. I wanted a slightly bigger extension for when it's winter and I don't have to have the super small mag, especially to get something with a good pinky purchase. MagGuts doesn't make a +3. What the hell? Like, I was ready to buy it and everything, and I was dumbfounded to find out, they just got the +1 and the +2. So, MagGuts, get on that. I'll be sending you an email soon. So, for the most part, MagGuts, they have a great reputation. I will come across a few people saying things like, oh, it never really worked in my gun, or, oh, I couldn't get any extra rounds. And it kind of makes me wonder, like, did you guys just simply take it apart and put it back together like I did? Because that fixed my issue. And I mean, I've loaded and unloaded this mag multiple times, and it's doing just fine. So if you're thinking about getting an extension and you might be on, like, thinking about getting maybe one of the ETS mags, man, get this MagGuts +2. Yes, it is a little bit longer, but it barely adds anything at all. Or at the very least, if you do want something super slim, can't blame you. MagGuts, like I said, does make their +1 where you just keep the factory floor plate. Now, if you are wanting a mag extension and also specifically do want one longer to get more of kind of a pinky purchase. Now, I've got small hands. Okay. So if you have like normal sized hands, like you're definitely aren't going to be getting your pinky on there. Another brand might be a good choice simply because they're a little bit bigger, or maybe just get like a +3 from someone, not MagGuts apparently. So that might be the better route. But for me, I absolutely love how this is keeping everything like just as slim as they possibly can. The fact that it's polymer, I'm not having to jam the mags in there. I'm very, very happy with this purchase. And eventually down the road, I probably will get the +1 MagGuts internal swap over, whatever you want to call it, so I can have a flush fit Glock mag, but at least get one extra round. Even though I've had zero problems with this, I'm just kind of still on the fence. Go back to watching my video on that one to see why. So overall, guys, with the MagGuts, very, very happy. I know I've only shot 50 rounds through it. That's not a whole bunch. But I just still feel confident, even like in the loading of it compared to the ETS. It feels right. It just feels right. So there you go, guys. Hopefully in the future, maybe I can do a MagGuts +3 review. That'd be cool. All right, guys. So that's it. That's all I got for you on the MagGuts +2 Glock 43 mag extension. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and stay shiny.